Well, that's the most delicious looking soup I've ever seen.
Welcome to another Chew Chat. I am Justine Dorn, and this is Ron Rayfield, and this is our lunch.
Hi, everybody.
Care to join us for lunch?
By the way, it's not a soup.
No. Okay, so what do we have today? I made chicken thighs with sweet potatoes, just my own recipe because we wanted to eat something. And then afterwards we have roast apples with cinnamon, and we have some cheese to have with it for dessert.
That's right.
The cheese has bacon in it, apparently. That's just how we bought it. Not that I'm complaining. Don't think I'm complaining.
Almost sounded like you were.
No, never.
Oh.
Okay. You serve, Ron.
All right.
Here you go. Here's a spoon. No, we were not just going to sit here and drink apple water for the Chew Chat. We had to make real food.
By the way, to watch Justine make the apple water, please go to Early American. That is our main channel. That's where we do all the cooking. Except for today, we decided to do a little cooking on here.
Yep. Over there, we cook it, and here we eat it.
That's right. Or
and review it.
I eat it. You just nibble. I eat the whole thing. This will be empty by the end of the show. Trust me, guys. Man, this smells so delicious. And this is so easy to do. It's a one-pot dish.
Right, it was really easy to make. It's a one-pot dish, and you just forget about it for 25 minutes or so.
And it's a cheap dish to make too.
Yeah, chicken's fairly cheap right now compared to beef.
Oh yeah.
We don't often eat beef.
But when we do, I love it.
Yum.
Alright, it is your turn to say grace today.
Okay. Dear Lord, thank you for the company we have today. Thank you for this food. May it nourish our bodies. Thank you always. Amen.
Amen. Thank you.
I love sweet potatoes. You guys love sweet potatoes?
I do.
Now, of course, we have to down it with something. So we made apple water.
Apple water.
That sounds kind of strange, don't it? Well, we'll talk about it. It's not apple cider.
Thank you.
It's not apple juice.
Smells like
It's apple
apples.
water. Of course they had apple cider back then. This is a completely different concoction. It's not like this is a pre-invention before apple cider or apple juice. This is just its own weird thing. I found it in American Cookery from 1823, and it was actually originally a drink for someone who was kind of under the weather. They thought it was easy to digest, and it has sugar in it, so it perks you up, like modern day Gatorade. And so I thought I'd give it a try.
It's alright. I was expecting it to taste like hot cider.
No.
So don't go into it thinking that. But it's okay.
I'll say it tastes best hot.
Hot.
Yeah, you need to have it hot.
This is cool off. We've waited, what, about 3.5 hours now? So yeah, look at this. Look at this beautiful plate. And today we are eating on wood plates. You guys have never seen that before. This is poplar wood, by the way. Our good dear friend Paul, who passed away last fall, made these for us about a year ago, and we decided to use them today.
Yep.
So let me dig in.
I love sweet potatoes. Man, I love sweet potatoes. I like all potatoes though. I'm a very cheap date. Just take me out and make me potatoes.
So normally I like my sweet potatoes with cinnamon and butter and brown sugar.
I don't like that.
But this is good having them savory. You've since I've met you over the past few years, I've eaten savory sweet potatoes. I've not really eaten sweet potatoes.
To me, I don't like the idea of mixing sweet with savory. It's such a strange concept to me. So people who eat sugary, cinnamony mashed potatoes with chicken, that's just weird.
I wouldn't eat it with chicken, just by itself. I can't eat sweet potatoes.
I like sweet potato pie, you know? But to me, if you're going to add all that to a sweet potato, then it becomes a dessert.
It's a sweet potato. You guys get it, right?
It's sweeter than a potato, yeah.
That chicken's good.
Chicken thigh is probably my favorite cut of the chicken.
They're the cheapest cut, too.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
How about you guys? What's your favorite cut of chickie?
I like it
all. All of it?
Mine's all of it. I like it all. But some people will not touch dark meat. But then some people won't touch white meat. It's crazy.
I prefer dark meat, but it depends what you're eating. If you're eating like a chicken pot pie, white meat obviously is better.
Right, or chicken salad,
Mm-hmm.
you know. But I mean, I still eat it, but that's really good. You did an excellent job.
Thanks. Okay, so we are drinking apple water from the 1823 receipt from American Domestic Cookery. So it's an American published cookbook. And they would have had apples even throughout most of the winter months. Maybe once we got to February, they would have started to dwindle.
Mm-hmm.
Because you would have kept apples and pears in your cellar.
Ours are kind of, they're getting there.
They're getting there.
That's why we're using them up.
Yeah.
We want to show them one that's kind of getting there.
Let me see. This got a black spot on it.
Yeah, it's still good. You just cut around it.
Yeah, it's still good. This one's kind of mushy and brown. So the trick to making apples last for the majority of winter now and back then is as soon as you see one that starts to look like this, or at least a little worse than this, where it's getting brown and whatnot, you have to take it and throw it away because it spoils the bunch. One bad apple spoils the bunch.
That's true.
Yeah, so that's the secret to making them last at least through January. And then sweet potatoes, I mean, potatoes in general will last pretty good.
Oh, yeah. You can keep potatoes
Oh,
almost
yeah.
6 months.
Oh, yeah. If you store them right.
Right. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the big word. Well, we went to a dance this past weekend. There was a ball
It's ball season.
over by the fort in Prairie Rocher in Illinois.
The first of many balls of the season.
Now, the St. John one is coming up here in a few weeks, so be sure to come to that if you're available. That's on February 4th, and that's going to be a great time. But we went the other night over to Illinois to their little ball. That was our first time there, and we had a ball.
Yeah, we had a ball, yes.
I enjoy doing them dances. They're fun.
Oh, I love it. I love historical dancing.
Everybody was nice. There was lots of finger foods, lots of charcuteries.
Yeah, we had a lot of grapes.
I ate like a whole bag of pretzels.
Yep.
Probably. That bowl was about this big and it was full of pretzels.
Ron was really into it. He was even looking at the dances. Like, after we did 3 dances straight, we wanted to sit down and rest. And then there was a dance that came up and he said, "Oh, that looks easy. Come on, Justine, let's do it."
Who doesn't love the boogie? I love the boogie.
Now, what kind of
I'm ready
men
to
say
boogie.
that?
Boogie.
Yeah, so Ron was really into it. I love the historical dances. There's a dance caller, sometimes called a dance master, who will tell you what to do.
Yeah, otherwise everybody would be lost.
No one would know what to do. But it was the same 200 years ago. Any proper ball would have had a dance caller. Because there's no freestyle dancing here. It's all, you have to do what you're supposed to do. So they'll tell you what to do. A lady will go up there, in our modern time, she has a microphone, and she'll tell you, okay, swing your partner. Now turn to the left.
Do-si-do.
Now do-si-do.
Promenade.
Now promenade. Now turn to the right. Now swing, you know.
It's like the cha-cha slide,
Exactly.
but 18th century, 19th century style.
Yeah. They tell you every single step. But I kind of like that. I don't feel so lost and confused.
I'm ready for round 2.
Go for it.
What's your favorite part of this? That's a little hot.
Yeah, you just grab the handle. Cast iron stays hot. It also heats up really fast, which is probably why they loved it so much back then. You need less wood to get that thing going. As soon as I put that down on the fire, 10 seconds later, I heard it sizzling already. It's incredible. I love cast iron.
I love the bottom when there's a little bit of crispies. Oh, it's so good.
You like that?
I like it. It's crunch. It's texture. And it's
Okay.
down there in that chicken grease. Yum.
Chicken grease.
Oh, yes. There, I love you enough.
Thanks. You know, if you eat off a cast iron, small amounts of iron will actually get into your food, which is good because we need iron. It's in your blood. You know, some people have low iron levels, and so if you eat off a cast iron, it will help to raise your iron levels. They actually did a study on the Amish community about that because Amish people almost always just cook exclusively with cast iron.
Right. Makes you big and strong.
Yeah, and they tested the blood of a whole bunch of Amish people, men and women, and they found out that all of them were not deficient in iron, even though none of them take supplements in iron. So they were more likely to have healthy levels of iron than the general public. Well, why? It's because they eat with cast iron, so the iron gets in your blood. And don't worry, it might sound scary. You're thinking like, oh my gosh, we're gonna have too much iron.
Metal.
No, you need iron. You need it, especially as a woman. You need iron in your blood. So, man, I'm telling you, modern stuff sometimes really has some drawbacks.
Hey, last week's video with the bathing, that stuff kind of works, you know. That cream. Yeah, for like the next 3 days.
His forehead was soft.
I used it, and my forehead was like a baby's butt.
Yeah, he was soft.
I'm out of it now, but I might have to make some more.
He made countless jokes about himself being waxed like a apple or a car.
But you guys should definitely make some of that stuff, because that was good.
Yeah.
It goes on thick, but it protects.
Mm-hmm. It's like a salve.
Yeah.
If you have really dry skin, though, I mean, you know what I mean. You need a thick moisturizer anyhow.
It'd probably work as chapstick.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you could somehow, you know, just get it on your finger, I guess, and smear it around.
Now, for me, it didn't work for me because I apparently have a sensitivity to almond oil.
Oh.
It broke me out really bad.
That's what did that?
The almond oil did it.
Oh.
Yeah, and I know it was the almond oil because I had some leftover almond oil, and so I was mixing it in with my body lotion for a couple days straight, just 3 days straight, and I got pimples. I got pimples on my back and my chest and shoulders, like 1 or 2. But there you go. It was the almond oil. But rosehip seed oil never breaks me out, so I can just change it up with rosehip seed oil and I'd be okay.
Like I said before, use bacon grease.
Oh, I'm not about to use no bacon grease.
What is it, kitty?
MishMish.
Now don't get disgusted. Yes, the cat is up on her lap close to the table, but don't worry, he's not eating off the table.
No.
Some people really go crazy.
Oh my gosh.
I mean, get a life. Come on, man.
I almost feel sorry for them because it's like, so
How disgusting! You have the cat on the table.
Well, no, that's not even.
Food there.
That's not even what they're saying. They're saying every time you touch an animal, you need to wash your hands after immediately. Those are the comments I was getting. Well, that's just sad because that just kind of sounds like you don't give your pet a lot of love. What do you? Oh, it's 6:30. It's time for me to pet my cat. Okay.
Wash your hands.
Okay, wash my hands.
Because you got rabies and AIDS and fleas on your hand now.
Yes. Well, us people out in the country, we just pet our animals and give them love all day, 24 hours a day. And guess what? My grandpa's 95 years old. My grandma's like 89 years old. All of us are living a long, happy, healthy life. So
I've shared a carrot with a horse before.
What did you say?
I've shared a carrot with a horse before.
Okay, I don't know about that.
They go out there and they crunch off. I'll take a bite. I don't do it every time. I've done it once or twice.
That's just how it is living out here. It's the reality of it.
It's what makes you stronger.
Also, germs haven't been invented yet.
Yeah.
No.
So back off.
At least not the common person wouldn't have known about it.
Right.
Okay, in our time period, they did know that there was some invisible thing that caused illness. They knew that. And there was a few scientists who were starting to suspect that it was caused by microscopic
That's witchcraft.
things.
Witchcraft.
But your average Joe out here on the frontier didn't know about that. Mm-hmm. But they knew there was something invisible that caused it. So they would have sanitized their tables with hot water, with soap, and with salt.
Salt, yeah.
Yeah, they would have rubbed salt on their tables and on their cutting boards and whatnot.
Now don't try that at home. Unless you got a table like this that has no finish on it. You know, back then there's no stains and polyurethanes, so bare wood, that's okay to do that on, but don't do that if you got a table with clear coat and stuff. It'll ruin it.
And Ron makes custom wood furniture, so he knows about
Take it
that.
from me. You want more? Did you just take a bite of food after touching that cat? How dare you?
Yeah, but I'm fine.
She gone.
She did.
Ugh.
for a second there. My heart stopped because I touched this cat and then I ate something.
I'm gonna steal another potato or two.
I want some sweet potatoes, actually.
Okay. If you don't want that chicky, I'll eat that chicky.
Yeah, you can eat that chicky. I had enough. I love potatoes. All forms of potatoes. Actually, I'd say potatoes are my favorite food.
Okay. Well, you can see my pistol on the table here.
Oh yeah, tell them about that.
So, for those of you who didn't catch it last week, the pistol had an unfortunate accident during filming. It was left in a box at nighttime, and at the end of the night, we burned the box in the fire that we used in the filming. Come to find out, the pistol was in the box, and
whoops.
My dad seen it and said, "Hey, your pistol's in the fire."
I thought he was joking when he said that, but he wasn't.
And we... that was good. Sorry. And so, at nighttime, it looked like it was really charred, and which it looked bad. And so, next morning, I thought, oh man, I gotta make a whole new stock for this thing. So I went ahead and set up the dry sink area, as you can see, made a nice little woodworking section to make a new stock for the pistol. And then I got the smart idea, well, let me try scraping to see how deep down it goes before I go too much farther. And I found brown wood, a little bit of brown wood. And so I just scraped it and oiled it, and now here it is today. And the char is all off. Yes, it's still black. When I scraped it, the soot rubbed into the grain of the wood. And I thought, you know what? It looks kind of cool. Don't worry, this thing is not loaded, by the way. So, no fear for Justine. Back to what I was saying. It looks really nice, I think anyways, going from the brown to the black. It gives it some
it looks
character.
like it was made to be that way.
Yeah.
Or it's actually 200 years old, but it's not. It's what, from the 70s?
Yeah, it's from the 1970s. This is a Japanese reproduction of a heavy dragoons pistol.
This is our cheapest one.
Yeah, it's our cheapest one.
Yeah.
I mean, it works. But I think I paid $300 for this from gunbroker.com.
We have a couple of them.
Yeah. And so anyways, it is ready to go. I will put a couple more coats of oil on it. I just used some tung oil. If you use tung oil, the best way to do it is to rub it on. And rub it on, you know, really good to where it's working in there. Let it sit for about 24 hours and steel wool it with the really fine steel wool. I think it's like triple O or quadruple O, whatever the finest one is. And then wipe it clean, and then put another coat of oil on it. If you get about 10 coats on it, I think it'll look like glass, and it'll be sharp looking. But I won't go that shiny with it. I'll probably do 2 more coats and call it good, because you know it looks aged. So I'm gonna leave it that way.
Yeah, and even though it's our cheapest one, it still shoots.
Yep. So all was not lost. Whoa!
I done.
How did you do that?
I put it in my mouth and I started chewing, and the rest is history.
Man. Was I talking that long? No.
Oh, you're fine. You're fine. Usually I'm the one that finishes after Ron, right?
That's right.
I just love sweet potatoes. I love all potatoes. Now this is random and very modern, but have you guys ever seen the movie The Martian?
Oh yeah, Matt Damon.
Yeah, with Matt Damon, and he's an astronaut that lives on Mars.
He gets stranded.
He gets stranded on Mars, and the only food that he has to eat and grow is potatoes.
He's a botanist, scientist is his role in that movie.
So where am I going with that? I was watching that movie and thinking, the poor man, the only food he has to eat is potatoes. Sounds like my...
He's living large.
Sounds like my normal Tuesday, really. Just sitting around eating potatoes. I mean, that ain't really a drawback for me.
I got a thought.
What's your thought, Run?
You're just talking about movies. What if we listed like our top 3 or top 5 movies, shows that have to do with history? Even if it's not American history, what's a good historic show that people may or might not know about?
Top 5, you said?
Yeah. We can name off 5.
I don't got 5.
Well, name off whatever you can.
Okay, so for me, number 1 is Vikings.
The Vikings show?
The Vikings. I am obsessed with that show. Obsessed. And it's over 1,000, well, no, it's like 700 years, 800 years before a time period that we portray something like that.
Yeah, it's like year 800, 900.
It's
like
the
that.
11th or 10th century, something like that. Maybe, I don't know, maybe even earlier.
Right before medieval.
Yeah, but I am obsessed with it. I mean, watching 5 episodes a day, kind of obsessed with it.
You got a problem, woman.
I got a problem. Number 2 would be Outlander.
Yeah.
We're waiting for the new season to come out. It's been 2 years. And because it's been so long, I've almost gotten cold to it.
Not me. I like that one.
I just watch it because of Claire. I like Claire. And then number 3 for me would be The Tudors. That was a pretty good show. I'm obsessed with everything to do with the Tudors and also the following Elizabethan age.
So these are all shows, right?
Yep, these are all shows. And that's all I got. I mean, I don't really watch that much.
You got a favorite
TV
history
shows.
movie?
Okay, so favorite history movie, again, going back to what I just said about the Tudors and the Elizabethan age, probably Elizabeth. It's a 1990s movie, late 90s. It's about Queen Elizabeth I. I'd say that's my favorite history movie. I really like the ending of it.
What happens? Wait, don't spoil it.
Well, it's based off of a true story, so if I'm going to spoil it, all you got to do is read a textbook. Okay, so Queen Elizabeth I of England, I know this, we're not in America here, but I just love world history. I love it. And so Queen Elizabeth I, she never got married, which for the time period was unusual. There were no heirs, and she knew that, and she accepted that. And she also knew that if she did get married to a man, that said man would probably take over her throne. And her father, Henry VIII, was really quite misogynistic and treated women terribly. I mean, he cut off multiple of his wives' heads, including her mother, Anne Boleyn.
Glad we live in America.
So because of that, she really didn't want a husband. So the ending of that movie is her saying that she is married to her country. And she serves her country. And that's her husband.
Oh,
I just
nice
thought
lady.
that's a really good message.
Nice
Serve your country. I just really like that movie.
Sounds like a good movie.
So you guys out there, what is your favorite historical movie or TV show? Or both? And how about you, Ron?
Me?
Favorite TV shows first.
My favorite TV shows. Well,
Cheese.
Outlander's a good one. I really like the John Adams series from the early 2000s. I think it's done through HBO. And it's done really good. The casting for that was really well, and the locations and the production is just top notch. It starts before the Revolution, and it goes all the way up through his presidency. And it shows a lot of Ben Franklin, and so it's not just John Adams, even though it's titled John Adams. And you see a lot of Jefferson, especially in the later, when they both hated each other. And it's done really well. And I really like another one that's, all mine are American, by the way. Another one called Terran Washington's Spies that came out a handful of years ago, maybe around 2014, 15. And it has to do with the first spy ring in America's history for the American Revolution. So that's really cool. And the next one, my top 3 shows, is a classic one, is the Daniel Boone Show.
Oh, yeah.
As incorrect as it is, I don't care. It inspires
people like history.
To get into history.
Get into it.
Yeah. And you take it for what it is, and you go from there with it. But it does a good job of it. It's a good, plain show. It's classic. It's from the 60s and 70s, so it's nothing raunchy, so it's all clean. Movie, Patriot, just because I'm Ron, and there would be no other movie I would pick above that as far as my favorite history movie goes.
I heard that in real life, they did not throw their tomahawks.
Maybe some didn't, because you'd be throwing your weapon away, but you could throw it.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem. You're throwing your weapon away.
Depends
What
on-
if you miss? Oh, your weapon's over there. Oh.
Depends on the situation.
I'm sure someone has done it. I'm sure. But it just wasn't encouraged.
Yeah. That makes sense.
I mean, like, even modern times, you have a knife. Are you going to seriously throw it at somebody? Or are you just going to walk up to them and stab them?
Depends on the situation.
Okay, Rambo. Only in movies do people, like, seriously throw things. I wish you guys could see what I'm looking at. MishMish is just in my lap, like...
Yeah, he's passed out.
Oh, yeah, it's a boy. I keep forgetting.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to try one of them apples.
Oh, yeah.
Before I eat all this cheese, 'cause I'm still hungry.
Some roast apples.
So these are the apples that we made for the drink, but we
made some extra.
These got spared until now.
Yes.
So I'm going to eat one of them.
I hope you like it. They might be better warm. These are cold.
Actually, I like it cold.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
That's good.
Want one?
Yeah.
It reminds me of a bite of apple pie.
Hmm.
Now, we did sweeten these ones a little bit. We put a little sugar on these.
Oh, yeah.
And a little bit of butter. Well, dang good.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Mm-hmm. 3 ingredients.
Mm-hmm.
Or 4 ingredients. It's got apples, cinnamon, sugar, butter.
4 ingredients.
Okay, 4 ingredients. Well, we're going to start a new segment on our early American Chew Chats. So, we're going to, every single week you want to do it? Every week?
Yeah.
Okay, every week we're going to talk about things that happened on this day in American history. And we're going to focus on the mid-18th century to the early 1800s. So, Ron, what do you got for January the 11th through American history?
First one's kind of boring, but I thought it was kind of cool.
Okay.
The first insurance company was incorporated in America in the 1750s.
Oh, how exciting.
Yeah, everybody needs insurance, right?
Nowadays.
Well, maybe. Let's see, the next one, this is for you Michigan folks. So in 1804, Michigan becomes a territory, and then it goes on to become a state years later.
Huh, so Michigan became a territory.
Yeah.
And what year was that?
That was 1804.
1804. Okay.
The next one is, what was it? Oh yeah, Alexander Hamilton, you guys know him. The guy that died in the duel with Aaron Burr. He was born on this day in 1755, I think.
Oh, that's pretty neat.
And I think that's all I got.
Well, that concludes our episode of Things That Happened in American History on January the 11th.
There is one more, but it's after 1850.
What happened?
Alabama seceded from the United States during the American Civil War.
Okay.
So,
that's important to American history. Now,
we'll count it.
Okay. Now, we discovered a very important document.
Oh yeah, a wonderful
Very important.
guest mailed this to us.
It's probably the rarest document.
The Benefit of Farting Explained.
A book on the importance of farting from the 18th century.
Early 18th
From
century.
the early 18th century.
1722.
Is it really?
Yes, this is a reprint from 1744.
Yeah, okay, a reprint from 1744. But whoever wrote this is a genius of the worst sense. All of the names throughout this entire document have been changed to make them gassy. So, for example, it says, translated into English at the request and for the use of Lady Damp Fart of her Fartshire. Wow.
It's a very intellectual argument on why farting is important and the benefits of it.
Now, don't get any ideas, Ron. No.
Well, I don't need any ideas.
Now, the thing is, we did actually try to read this book, and you might think it would be written in a very comical way. It's actually written very intellectually.
Like a lawyer.
Like a lawyer sat down and wrote this book, The Benefits of Farting Explained.
This is why farting is acceptable.
Yes, the ladies must accept it, and that's why it's translated into English for the benefit of the ladies, because I guess ladies know more English and guys know more Spanish, because I think this book was originally in Spanish. I could be wrong.
The guy's name was Swift. Like Taylor Swift's great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-granddaddy.
And here's another one, Jeffrey Broadbottom. All the names are farting names. So anyway, thank you to whoever sent this to us. If I read you a paragraph, you'd fall asleep.
Wasn't there like a poem or something?
Well, yeah, the whole back is just poems, but again, all of the poems are very dry.
That one's a bog house. I don't know what that means.
I can't read any of these to you, Ron.
Okay, never mind. Let's take our word for it. It's cool. It's a novelty gift. Even if you can't understand it, just put it on a shelf. It looks cool. It's a conversation piece.
The swiftest is of cholic pains, vapor from a secret stench that's rattled by the unbred swains, but whispered by the faithful wench. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. And there's a segment in here by Jeffrey Broadbottom. He's a guest. And
It's a cool book, though.
Someone really wrote this 250 plus years ago.
Show me.
If you're oppressed by the rumbling wind, strain hard to squeeze it out behind. From puffs and cracking farts, relief you will find. Oh, and the guy, he signed it. Your most humble servant. Fart Anando, Puff endorsed.
Fart Anando.
Puff endorsed. He endorses Puffs. Fart Anando. Sounds like a really bad superhero. Fart Anando.
Well. Oh. I have one thing to mention.
Our chickens started laying eggs.
Yeah, we got eggs.
Yeah.
They're pink eggs and brown eggs.
I'd get up, but oh, come on, MishMish. MishMish.
You lazy bag of bones,
You know when a cat lays on you, you can't move anymore. You become sort of like their slave.
Hey, buddy.
Hello. I gotta show the people the eggs, MishMish. It's kind of pinkish brown.
Yeah.
We don't know if it's just one hen that's a few weeks older than the others and has been laying, or if multiple are laying.
Because there's 6 hens.
But we think that since we introduced a rooster, it's gotten them mentally thinking about laying eggs, because almost the next day there were eggs.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's a weird coincidence or what.
They taste good, too.
Yeah, they taste good. The shell's thick. They're good, healthy eggs.
I make this whole thing of cheese.
Oh my gosh. You are lactose intolerant, Ron.
Y'all know what that means.
This is gonna come true tonight.
This is my reasons. You cannot complain. I'll throw that in your face.
Farting has its
Read it.
benefits for those who do fart, but for those around you, there are absolutely no benefits.
Read it and weep.
Oh, I'll be weeping tonight from that tear gas. So, guys.
Hey, wait, don't sign off.
Oh, is there something else?
Yes. Don't forget, the St. John Militia is having a spring muster event here in St. Genevieve. That is on March the 25th, I believe, if that's a Saturday. Whichever is a Saturday. I think it's the 25th. But anyways, that's a free event to come to. So if you'd like to see us and some other people you see in the show, that's a good place to come see us and hang out and check out the town.
Yeah, come to St. Genevieve. It's a good excuse to come to St. Gen. Man, I'm just thinking about spring already. Oh, I hate winter.
We've been getting lucky here the last few days. You know, better than back around Christmas when it was 5 degrees.
-5 degrees.
-5.
Usually in January around here on the St. Louis area, it's usually about 32, 33 degrees every single day. Right now it's 50 degrees, but at night it's getting down to the low 20s, so it's doubling in temperature. It's really strange.
Very strange. But hey, we're going to hop off here. I'm going to finish eating this, and we'll see y'all next week. So thank you guys so much for watching. We love you all. See you next week.
See ya. Bye-bye.